The thing is, I let a video game influence how I was able to create a mobile application. Want to know more? Let's dive in. You won't believe how I allowed video games to shape how I view mobile app design. I was sitting there minding my own business. I'm so serious. When a game surfaced, one that I was excited about for a long time, and that I played in an era where I had a lot of time to do so. This was Mortal Kombat. In doing so, I got to see a wealth of how things worked from a game perspective. There were situations where storytelling took place, where competition was the main focal point. There was also different elements within this game that allowed me to see how I can incorporate that in my app. So when the goals of one thing changed, or the goals were set for a certain feature or a certain task to be completed in this app, I turned to find inspiration elsewhere. And I found it in playing video games. I wasn't sure if this would actually play out or not. If this was going to be a good thing, if it was going to be a bad thing, something experimental. I didn't know what that was. But I was able to allow myself freedom to explore, play, and just be a kid again. That's all we really want. You take the complications out of just playing the game and experiencing it for what it is, you will find joy in it. In some way, shape, or form, it could be the colors, how they stand out. It could be the interactions, haptic notions of the controller. There's so many elements within game design that you can take and incorporate into delighting users to use your app. The question is, are you willing to do that? And if so, why haven't you started? Video games immerse you into an experience that you'd like to have, mostly for competitive reasons or for the joy of the actual game. When you're actually playing, you get a release of endorphins that consume you, that brings joy, that brings excitement, anticipation. And all of these things make for a really unique experience. Now, there are different types of games that allow you to experience different types of emotions when playing them. There are competitive games where you're seeking combat or you're seeking a experience so that you can compete and level up, where you're set against an opponent to make certain moves and give certain concessions to lead you up this leaderboard. There are also story games, which take you through a specific journey across and within a series of segments, and they reveal certain things to you within this story so that you can start to unlock features or discover things to progress forward. When you're building your application, focus on three things. One, the goal of the user. What are they trying to accomplish by using your app or website? What would you like them to experience when they do so? Because many people, as they're using applications, they use them for a specific purpose. A banking app, using it to look at withdrawals, make deposits, even pay a friend. Those things are tied to the type of tasks that are associated to banking, hence the app. What goals are you trying to create for those that are using your application? You want to look at the players of the system. This includes you as an active player. If you're the primary user, you have value in this game or in this application. Also, you want to look at any complementary characters. Are you sending something to someone where there's an additional user that has to sign something, complete a task, or even respond? That's an additional user. Or you have the admin who controls everything and has full access to the systems, both for the user as well as anybody else that is touching the ecosystem of your application. We want to look at the journey. That journey has everything to do with what a user will experience on the onboarding, within the experience of the game, and the completion of their task and or journey. And these segments will help you build not only a better app experience, but will borrow from gaming mechanics and allow you to build the best application for the type of user that's trying to complete the type of task you want them to. Now, those are just a few things that will highlight how games can tie into that. And I definitely recommend different applications and different games per se, so that you can then understand the theory, the psychology that goes on in those who are playing and those who are building games. How does that play out? And how would you like your user to respond in these instances? And I tell you, there are some matches I won, some I lost completely. But the overall experience I had was so much fun. I recommend you doing that as well. Explore, find out different trigger points, find out different modes of experience that will push your application to the next level. Should you want to know anything else about gamification and incorporating those things into your application, feel free to let me know in the comments below. That's all we have for today. Looking at different ways of how to use game mechanics into our mobile applications and overall just gamification as a whole. What that looks like in our digital experience and how you can add that and more value to your application. As always, in the meantime, in between time, your life has color, so make sure that you design it that way. And we will see you in the next one.